What's going on, Mountaineer Nation? Welcome back into the Country Roads webcast. And here we are. Fall camp has begun, and we're already here for another West Virginia football roster update here, August 1st edition. Got a couple of things to touch on. I know a lot of people have been wondering about West Virginia getting under that scholarship limit. We knew there were still a couple scholarships over the limit, and we got our answer from Neil Brown's press conference yesterday, kind of the impetus for this video. So let me pull up this tweet I put out on the Country Roads webcast X account, and we'll get to the start of this roster update here on the CRW. All right, and of course, as we get into it, you guys may have been familiar with the update I did last week, talking a little bit about Bo Hamilton, big offensive lineman Maurice Hamilton, moving to the defensive side, and it was a change that he was trying to undergo, but unfortunately, it seems like he and Jaffa Veras both will have to no longer be a part of the team due to medical injuries that they've suffered throughout their careers. I think Neil Brown called it a medical red shirt, a DQ red shirt, but however you want to term it, they're basically medically retiring from the game of football, won't be playing anymore. He was asked a follow-up question later if he thought it would be career-ending, and he did confirm it would probably be career-ending for both guys. And of course, they are now no longer on the roster, which brings the scholarship total for West Virginia right to the limit of 85 that they needed to be here at the start of fall camp, and they get there just like that. So now that we have that underway, let's pull up our roster tracker here on the CRW. We'll scroll through and make these necessary adjustments, removing these guys from the roster, and then you'll now be able to see the 85 scholarship players that are on West Virginia's roster here reflected on our Country Roads webcast roster tracker as well. All right, so I'll slowly scroll through this roster for some of you guys that may have not seen it previously, but as you guys know, this is kind of my way I keep up with the roster throughout the season. Now that we're into fall camp, we'll be able to break this down more at a position-by-position base. Each one of these wide receivers just listed as receivers now, but here in the near future, we'll get to putting them as X and Z and Y and all that good stuff, find out who's in the slot, who's in the outside, and then, of course, we'll have some depth chart updates coming once the season gets going as well. As you see here, we scroll through the roster. These will be the 85 scholarship players, as on my roster tracker here on the CRW. Only track the scholarship players for brevity's sake in the videos and to make it a little easy on myself when I do these adjustments. So as we get through here, the offense now, both of these adjustments that we'll be making come on defense, but you will now be familiar with the 85 scholarship players that West Virginia has as we move Bo Hamilton off the roster now, which would get us to 86. And then if we continue to scroll down here, fix that adjustment there, scroll down here, we will get to the linebacker position where we will remove Jaffa Veras, who, was a good special teams contributor for West Virginia, had high hopes for him. Speedy guy, started as a defensive back, moved to the linebacker. So as I said in the tweet for both those guys, wish them both well, but that brings us to 85 scholarship players as I scroll through the rest of the roster here to let you guys see the final of those 85 scholarship players. We definitely wish both Maurice Hamilton well and Jaffa Veras well. Was excited about Maurice Hamilton's move to defense. Hate to see that he's not going to be a part of the team now, but the silver lining here is that a lot of people were wondering, how's West Virginia going to get to this 85 players? Are we going to have to suffer through some more transfers? What's going to happen? We now know our answer, and unfortunately, it is at the cost of a couple of players medically retiring. You hate to see that, but the silver lining is no one transferring out of the program at least. So that's what we have here for our August 1st roster update, but I did want to detail one more thing, and that is, of course, jersey numbers. We have updates for several players who have changed their jersey number, and we have the jersey numbers of the incoming transfers and of the freshmen as well. So let's take a look here. Let's start with the freshmen. Some of you guys may have already seen this list. I put it out on social media probably about a week ago now, once they released the official roster. And of course, we did have one change since then. Of course, I've updated this tweet with that change as well. Not a change for the freshmen, but in the jersey number update section when we get to people that have changed their jersey number from the previous season. Also want to note here that I accidentally did not list Day Farmer with the freshmen and listed him with the incoming players, the incoming transfers on accident. So that's why he's not on this list, but you'll see him momentarily when I pull up the transfer list for the incoming players' jersey numbers. But as far as freshmen goes, Khalil Wilkins will be wearing number 14. Zay Jennings will be in 17. Jacob Boyce, 18. Brandon Raymond, 18 on offense at the wide receiver position. Keon Washington in 19. Dior Hubbard will wear number 20. Keyshawn Robinson wear number 20, and that reflects that he's going to be playing the defensive side. He's listed as a cornerback on the roster I just pulled up. You guys may have noticed a lot of people thought he may play receiver, but he's actually going to be playing on the defensive side, and that's noted by, one player on offense can have the number and one player on defense can have the number. Trayvon Dunbar, the fellow freshman running back, joining Dior Hubbard as a freshman in that backfield, will be wearing number 23. Jason Cross will be wearing number 26. Chris Henry, no relation. I always feel like I got to point that out. He'll be wearing number 27. Ricky Williams will be wearing number 30 at linebacker. And then continuing here with the freshman, Obina Onwuka will wear number 31. Curtis Jones Jr. will wear 41. Lucas Austin will wear 57. Kyle Altuner will wear 62, which unfortunately, that's a player you guys know I was excited about. I've called him the potential center of the future. Thought he could even battle to be the second string center this year, but he suffered an injury and probably will not be able to play here in his freshman season and will be a redshirt freshman coming next year after having to redshirt this year now. Justin Terry will wear number 65. Nate Gabriel will wear number 69. Dom Collins from right here where I'm at in Mercer County. High hopes for this young freshman. Speedy guy is going to wear number 85. Jackson Marco will wear 88. Mekhi Byerson will wear 94, and Elijah Kinsler will wear 97. So that's for the freshmen. Now let's take a look at the incoming players, which also includes a freshman on accident. As I mentioned, Day Farm will be listed here as well. Okay, jersey numbers for the incoming WVU football players that are new to the roster. Aiden Garnes will be wearing number 0 at cornerback. Garnett Hollis will be wearing number 1. And both of those two guys are my two favorites to be your two starting cornerbacks at the start of the season. We'll see how it pans out, though. Justin Robinson at the wide receiver position, a transfer that's being a bit under-heralded. Haven't heard too much about it. Some people didn't even know that he came because he came in so late, but he's a very talented wide receiver transfer, 6'4" frame, also good speed. Got recruited by Georgia, was a near 5-star recruit coming out of high school, played for Georgia, scored for Georgia before transferring to Mississippi State, where he played well there, including a very nice bowl game in the year before last. Jaheim Joseph will wear number 3, playing that safety position. Jaden Bray will wear number 5. Day Farmer, as I mentioned, is a freshman, but he will be wearing number 11 at the wide receiver position, and he'll share that number 11 with the defensive line transfer TJ Jackson, who will wear it on that side of the ball. Dantes Fagan will wear number 13. Kikora Tarney will wear 14. Ryder Burton will wear 15. And TJ Crandall at the cornerback position will wear number 23. Then continuing on our final ones here, Reed Carrico will wear number 35. Ty French will wear 47. Offensive lineman Xavier Bosley will be wearing number 78. And the newest tight end addition, Greg Ross, who was the number 1 junior college tight end in the country. A great addition here. Another tight end with great size, 6'7", just like Cole Taylor. He'll be wearing number 82. And now let's talk about the jersey numbers that have been updated from players that were here last year but decided to wear a different number for the upcoming season. All right, some jersey number updates here. Hudson Clement switching from 84. He'll be wearing number 3 at the wide receiver position this year. Sean Martin will be wearing number 5. This one's been reported. Love this one as well. He's also from Mercer County and actually, from Bluefield High School, same high school I went to back in the day. But he'll be wearing number 5 to honor his friend, little Tony Webster, and love to see that. Hopefully he performs well in that number. Rodney Gallagher switching to number 24, and a lot of people believe that this is so that he can play both offense and defense. Couldn't wear number 2 on the defensive side, so we'll see how many snaps he ends up getting on the defensive side, but he will have that capability of playing there now that he's wearing 24 for this year. Hammond Russell switched to number 99. Trey Lathan, of course, has switched to number 4. And then the one that just happened most recently that I was telling you guys about, Jaheim White, switching from number 22 to number 1. So the way I look at it, number 1 in the program, number 1 in your hearts, as far as I'm concerned, because you guys know I'm a huge Jaheim White fan, and so I think this is going to be nice to see him out there in number 1. I know it sucks for people that have been talking about they already ordered those 22 jerseys, but hey, man, you can still wear that 22 if you want. Everybody knows that's Jaheim White, but if not, go out, support him, get a number 1 jersey now. I think it's going to look good. I'm a big fan of the single-digit numbers personally, and we're going to see Jaheim White wearing number 1 out of the running back group this year. So there's the jersey number updates for the upcoming season to complement this August 1st roster update here on the CRW. So there you have it, Mountaineer Nation. Not only an August 1st roster update, but also a little jersey number update. I decided just to throw it in the roster update video here because the past couple of years I tried to make a jersey number reveal video, and it didn't pan out too well. Didn't get that many views the past couple of years, so we'll just throw it in at the end here of this roster update. But I hope you guys enjoyed that information, and I hope you guys are ready for more of these roster updates as now fall camp has begun. I'm sure we're going to hear more about exactly where some of these players are lining up, and we'll make adjustments accordingly here on the CRW roster tracker. But before you head out, if you just do me a small favor, hit that thumbs up button, give me a like on this video. It really helps a ton with that YouTube algorithm. And of course, if you're a WVU football fan and you haven't already, be sure to subscribe here for a ton of WVU football content coming your way now that we're less than a month away from the start of the season. And throw your thoughts in the comments, whether it be on the roster as it stands currently with the 85 scholarship players, or any of these number changes or freshman jersey numbers that have been revealed now as well. Always appreciate those interactions here on the Country Roads webcast. Having said that, as always, I'm Jordan Cruz, and until next time, let's go Mountaineers.